In this video, I want to talk about something that doesn't get discussed enough when it comes to self-publishing, and that's marketing. Because creating the book is only part of the process. You can have a great idea, a beautiful cover, and a really well-designed interior, but if people aren't finding your book, it's very difficult for it to get traction. The good news is, marketing your book doesn't mean having to spend money on ads or doing anything complicated. Some of the most effective marketing strategies for low and medium content books are completely free, and even better than that, they continue working for you over time. These are the types of strategies that get your books discovered, build momentum, and grow into something much bigger than just a single listing on Amazon. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the most effective free marketing strategies for low content book publishing, explain why they work so well, and show you how you can start using them to get your books discovered and making sales. Now, if you are new here, I'm Caroline, and I'm a self-publisher who has been creating and selling books on Amazon for over 7 years. And on this channel, I show you how to do the same. There's something that I've noticed over the years with low content book publishing. When people first start, most, if not all of the focus goes into creating the book. So choosing an idea, designing the interior, working on the cover, figuring out how to upload everything to Amazon. And that makes complete sense because at the beginning, that's where all the learning is. There's a lot to understand, and it feels like once you've created the book and published it, the hardest part is over. And in some ways it is, but then something interesting happens. You publish your first book, you check your dashboard. Maybe you see a sale, maybe you don't. You publish another book and then another. Some books sell a little, some don't seem to do much at all. And slowly you might start to realize that creating the book is only one part of what actually makes this all work. Because when you look at books that are selling consistently, when you look at self-publishers who are building real momentum, there's usually something else happening behind the scenes. Their books are being discovered. And that discovery doesn't just happen randomly. It happens because of marketing. Now, when I say marketing, I don't mean complicated marketing funnels or expensive ads or anything technical. Some of the most effective strategies for low content books are completely free. And what makes them even more powerful is that they don't just work once, they continue working time and time again. It's one of the reasons why I love low content book publishing as a business model. You're not just creating a product and hoping it sells. You're creating something that continues working for you long after you've created it. And when you combine that with smart marketing strategies, things begin to build in a very steady way. Before we get into the strategies though, I want to talk about why self-publishing is such a great online business, especially for beginners in the first place. Because when you really understand, marketing starts to feel less like something extra that you need to do and more like just a natural part of building your self-publishing business. One of the biggest advantages to low content book publishing is that you're publishing on Amazon, and Amazon is very different from other platforms. If you built your own website, you need to bring people to it. If you create digital products, you need to find customers. If you start on social media, you're building an audience from scratch, but Amazon already has audience and it already has customers. Millions of people are searching Amazon every single day. They type in exactly what they're looking for, they scroll through the results, and they buy. They're not casually browsing, they're actively searching. So instead of convincing somebody they need to buy your product, you're placing your product where people are already looking. And when you combine that with low and medium content books, it is so powerful. These kinds of books are very practical. They help people with everyday things. They help people organize their lives, track habits, plan goals, learn new skills, relax, or just spend time doing something enjoyable. They're also affordable, which makes them easy to buy. They're usually giftable, which increases demand, and they're quite often repeat purchases. Someone who buys one journal or a coloring book usually buys another. Someone who enjoys one type of book often looks for more. So you have a marketplace full of buyers, products people genuinely use, and a business model where each new book becomes an opportunity to make money. And that's where marketing comes in. Because let's face it, Amazon is large and there are a lot of books. When your book is positioned well, and by positioned well, I mean the right book in the right niche, with the right title and the right cover designs using the right keywords, it becomes so much easier for people to find it. When more people find it, more people click on it. When more people click, more people buy. And when that happens, Amazon starts showing your book to more people. That is how the Amazon algorithm works. And that's where momentum starts. Now, one of the most powerful free marketing strategies, and one that many people don't actually realize is actually marketing, is Amazon SEO. When someone goes to Amazon and searches for something, they're telling Amazon exactly what they're looking for. Amazon then looks at the titles, subtitles, keywords, and categories to decide which books are most relevant. So when you structure your listing carefully, you're essentially essentially marketing your book directly inside Amazon search results. And what makes this especially powerful is that it continues working long after you've published your book. You're not creating something that lasts for just a few days, maybe a week or two. You're creating visibility that can continue for months or even years. When your book aligns with what people are searching for, Amazon connects your book with the right customer. As your book gets clicks and sales, Amazon recognizes that your book is relevant, and that leads to more visibility. This is why keyword research matters so much. You're not just naming your book, you're helping people find it. And once this is in place, it becomes a powerful form of marketing that works in the background. Another free marketing strategy that works extremely well is social media. Now, I think this is an area where most people usually overthink things. It's easy to assume you need a large audience or you need a huge amount of followers or that you constantly need to create content. But for low content books, social media can actually be very simple. Short videos showing your book, simple previews of interior pages, and quick demonstrations of how the book is used. Let me show you what I mean. TikTok is one of the most powerful drivers of sales for low content books on Amazon. Vivi Tinta is one of the more popular brands of self-published coloring books on Amazon. They've created a TikTok account. They share videos of their coloring books. This video has had 300,000 views, and it's just a video of a page out of their book being colored in. This one has had over 600,000 views, and it's the same thing. And specifically with coloring books, there is this kind of add-on effect. If your books do start selling, people on TikTok will then start sharing videos of themselves coloring in your coloring books. Look at how many videos there are on TikTok of people coloring in coloring books. So if this happens to your books, you're getting free marketing from people who have bought your book, and it all just keeps compounding into more and more sales. But it's not just coloring books that this works with. It works with other low content books like journals. If you have published a journal, your TikTok account would be all about journaling and journal prompts, as well as showing your journals and how they work. It would be simply just videos of you completing your journal, and that can drive sales. That is exactly how the Shadow Work Journal became the biggest selling journal. In fact, the biggest selling low content book on Amazon. Their most popular video has 70 million views. Wowzers. But this became a $1 million journal for that self-publisher because of TikTok. And look at this video. It is just someone's hand with a pen showing a page out of the journal. And low content books are great for short form content because you don't have to show your face, you don't have to use your voice, you don't have to speak. It is just all about the book, and you just need to show your book being used. This type of content helps people visualize the product. And when people can see how something works, naturally they become more interested. Platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts are particularly powerful because content can reach people even if you don't have an audience yet. You're not relying on followers, you're relying on discovery. And you can repurpose content for each one, so you don't have to be making new and separate content for each platform. And that makes social media another free marketing strategy that grows over time. Pinterest is also incredibly powerful, but it works slightly differently. Pinterest behaves more like a search engine. People go there, they look for ideas, they're looking for inspiration, and they're looking for products. When you create pins for your books, those pins can continue driving traffic for months or even years. That makes Pinterest a really great long-term marketing strategy. You create simple pins showing your book covers, interior pages, or how your books are used. Over time, those pins continue working in the background and they help people discover your books. It works in a very similar way to social media and the short form video content, but this can just be photos and images of your books. You can even offer free coloring images, free coloring pages to collect email addresses. So then you can market your full coloring book or your coloring book series to those people who are actually interested. Now, I want to talk about something that many people don't really think about, and that is having your own website. Because while Amazon is powerful, having your own website gives you another place where people can discover your books and your brand. If you're building a self-publishing business, having a website helps you to create something that grows over time. It gives you a place to showcase your books, build your brand, and create an online presence. And this is where Hostinger comes in. If you're serious about building something long-term, having a website is one of the smartest things that you can do from the very beginning. And Hostinger Horizons makes it incredibly easy, even if you've never built a website before. You get everything in one place: a website builder, domain hosting, email and marketing tools. It's designed to be simple and fast, which makes it perfect for creators and side hustlers just like us building an online presence. One of the things I really like about the starter plan is that it includes a free domain, which makes getting started just so straightforward. It also includes AI features, which means you can create your website using text, image, or voice prompts. You can sell physical products, digital products, or subscriptions with 0% transaction fees, which is especially helpful if you are building a self-publishing brand. Let me show you how it works. Click on the link down in the description box below. We are going to select the starter plan because this gives us the ability to create an online store and sell physical or digital products. To get the best pricing available, you can choose a 12-month plan. It's cheaper than paying month by month and it will lock in the best monthly price. I do have a coupon code for you to use as well to get you an even better price. So make sure you pop that in before you check out to get a 10% discount. Also, Hostinger do have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Something else that's really helpful when you are creating a website for your self-publishing brand is that hosting includes a free domain name for the first year. From here, we can actually get to building our website. Using the Horizons tool is really, really simple. We just need to tell it what website we want to create. So I'm entering in a prompt here, telling the Horizons AI tool exactly the kind of website I want, what features, what pages I want, and what functionality I want this website to have. And it will create this website in literally minutes. Now, Horizons is more like an AI tool where you chat back and forth with it until it builds the exact type of website that you're looking for. So I've entered my prompt, it's starting to chat with me and it's asking me to clarify a couple of things. So I'm just telling it what I want to do, clarifying those things. It's telling me what it's creating and it's going to start building the website for me. Now you might be able to see in the background there, it's actually writing the code for this website. I have no clue what it means. I would not be able to do this myself. I have never written code before, but it's writing the code and building the website exactly as we have asked in the prompt that I provided to it. And that's the best part. You don't need to know the code. AI is doing it all for you. Okay, so after a few minutes, it's created a website. It's asking me to check out the preview on the right so we can see what the website looks like. Then we can start adding our actual products and our courses. So what I created for this website is a website that directs people to physical books being sold on Amazon. They can purchase digital coloring books directly from this website. And also I'm going to be selling coloring book courses, teaching people how to color coloring books if people are ready to take their coloring to the next level. So we're just going to have a quick look through, see what we want to keep, see what we want to change. It's asked if we want to add any additional features like social media. I am going to ask it to add social media integration because that is going to be a really big part of marketing my coloring book, as we talked about just earlier. And if there was anything else that I wanted changing, I would just go back and forth with the Horizons chat until the website is perfect, exactly how I want it to be. So now we have a section for all our social media links where we can direct people to follow us and join us in other places. Now, also, if you do want to do some minor little changes, we just head on over to this edit content button and it's going to allow us to edit any of the content to match our brand. We can edit any of the content. If there's any of the wording you want to change to match your branding tone or style and just tweak it, those little bits to make it absolutely perfect, we can do that through this edit content button. Now that I'm totally happy with this website, the only thing left to do is publish it so people can come and find it. And now that our site's live, we can go take a look at it. And it looks so good. I'm super happy. I love the colors. It picked the exact perfect colors that I asked for in my prompt. And it is just so clean and clear and easy to use. And I didn't write a single word of code. All I did was write an AI prompt. One mistake people make with websites is thinking everything needs to be perfect before they launch it. It doesn't. Your website will evolve as your business evolves. You can add pages later. You can change wording later. You can refine your brand later. It is so easy to use and it is built for people who want something quick, clean, and professional. This is the kind of thing that helps you move from publishing random one-off books into an actual brand, which becomes more valuable with the more books and the more products that you create. If you do want a website that looks good without any of the tech stress, Hostinger's Horizons is perfect for self-publishing beginners. I'll leave a link down in the description box below so you can go check it out. And once your website is live, it becomes another marketing asset, another place where people can discover your books and your brand. Once you start thinking about low content publishing in this way, it stops feeling like you're uploading individual random books and then hoping one of them does well. And it starts to feel more like you're building something that grows piece by piece. Each book becomes another opportunity, another way for someone to discover your book, another small asset that continues continues working in the background. And this is where free marketing strategies become so important, because you're not trying to force results. You're just creating multiple ways for your books to be discovered organically, and over time, all those small discovery points start to add up. One of the strategies that fits perfectly into this idea and is totally free is A+ content. A+ content is something that people either overlook completely or just treat as an afterthought, but it actually plays a very important role in marketing your books. When someone clicks on your book's listing, they're trying to decide whether to buy it or not. They're looking at your cover, your title, your description, and then they're making a decision. A+ content gives you more space to help them understand what your book is and why it's worth choosing. With low and medium content books, the only images Amazon shows on your sales page is the front and the back cover. For true low content books, you don't even get access to the look inside feature so that people can look inside your book. So the only place that you can show the inside pages of your book, more than what you can see on the inside look feature or the read sample feature, is in the A+ content section, and you have full control of what you can show in there. You can show interior pages, you can show how the book is used, and something especially important is being able to list your other books, and you can provide links to them so customers can go and buy more of your books. You can create a more visual and engaging listing that helps someone feel more confident in their decision. And this matters because when your conversion rate improves, Amazon notices. When more people click on your book and buy it, Amazon starts showing your book to more people. So A+ content becomes both a conversion tool and a discovery tool. It's still free, but it plays a very important part in helping your book gain traction. Another strategy that becomes more powerful over time is cross-promotion between your books. This is one of those things that seems small at first, but becomes really powerful as you publish more books. When you include references to your other books inside each one, you're creating a natural pathway for customers to discover more of your work. Someone buys one book, enjoys it, and then sees that you've created others. That creates a very natural next step, and it's where things can start to build and compound, because each book is no longer just standing alone. They're connected. They're supporting each other. They're creating a small series that grows over time. This is one of the reasons why low content book publishing becomes more powerful. The longer that you do it, each book strengthens the others. Branding also plays a very important role here. When your books share a consistent feel, whether that's in your covers, your overall style, or your overall presentation, people begin to recognize them. That recognition builds familiarity, and familiarity builds trust. When someone enjoys your books and then sees another one that feels similar, they're more likely to choose it. That's how repeat buyers start to form. And repeat buyers are incredibly valuable because they remove one of the biggest challenges in any business, which is discovery. When somebody already knows your work, they're much more likely to return. Take a look at this book listing. This is a math workbook. This brand has lots of educational workbooks. It's a very successful brand in this niche. On a listing page, there are lots of other places for other books to be listed, your competitors' books to be listed. We've got the frequently bought together section, the more items to explore section, the customers also bought, customers who viewed this item also viewed, and check this out. Almost every book in all of these sections are other books by the same publisher, which very rarely happens. Holy moly, there are hardly any other competitor books shown on this page. That means that customers are constantly buying multiple books from this same self-publisher. They have built a brand that is so easily recognizable and trusted. This is why branding isn't just about aesthetics. It's about creating consistency so that your books feel connected and recognizable. This is what every self-publisher should be aiming for. And then there is another marketing strategy that often gets missed because it is just too simple, and that is publishing more books. At first, this might sound really obvious, but when you really think about it, each new book becomes another entry point, another way for somebody to find your books, another opportunity for discovery. One book might rank for certain keywords, another might rank for different ones, another book might get discovered through social media, another might get found through Pinterest. And over time, you're not relying on just one book anymore. You're creating multiple ways for people to discover your brand and books. And this is where things begin to compound. One book leads to another leads to more visibility leads to more sales, and more sales lead to more momentum. This is also why low content book publishing appeals to so many people. It doesn't rely on one big success. It builds gradually. Each book contributes something. Each strategy adds another layer. When you combine everything that we've talked about, Amazon SEO, social media, Pinterest, your own website, A+ content, cross promotion, branding, and just continuing to publish, you're creating multiple discovery points. You're creating a system where your books can be found in multiple different ways. Some people might find your book through Amazon search. Some might discover it through social media. Some might see it on Pinterest, some might find your website, some might buy one book and then discover your others. And all of this is happening without paid ads. These strategies are all free, they're long-term, and they build on each other. And when you start thinking about low content publishing this way, it becomes much more exciting because you're building a collection of assets. You're building visibility, you're building momentum. And the best part is you don't have to do everything at once. You can start with one strategy and then another, then build from there. This isn't about doing everything perfectly all at once. It's about creating something that grows steadily. Now, if you did enjoy this video, YouTube thinks that you might like these ones too, so please go check them out to learn more about self-publishing your own low and medium content books on Amazon. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.